Uh-oh, so we got some NBA reporter beef. Okay. So it was Shams from The Athletic the other day. I would say he's the second biggest NBA reporter that we got in the game right now. Shams said that there was an expectation that both the 76ers and Brooklyn Nets would engage in dialogue on a deal around Ben Simmons and James Harden. It has been Woj that was on ESPN's Countdown show yesterday. He debunked that rumor. I would say Woj is probably the biggest NBA reporter we got in the game, and he said that the Brooklyn Nets will not be trading James Harden at the deadline. This is a big deal for many different reasons. I think I should do a video on the Shams and Woj beef. That's a real thing, by the way. That ain't nothing made up. By the way, Shams and Woj reportedly are both free agents at some point this summer. So there's real back and forth and competitiveness going on between these two to break stories. I'm not making that up. Like, they're really, this is real. Like, these dudes competing for millions of dollars right now. It's on the line. So there is some incentive for Woj to come out and debunk a James Harden trade if he has some intel. And by the way, Steve Nash did come out today or earlier today and say that the Brooklyn Nets will not trade James Harden at the deadline, which means it looks like Woj won this round. I would say Woj wins 3 out of the 4 rounds against Shams, but every now and then Shams will surprise Woj with a story or a clarification on a story. Here we are, y'all. I mean, we got reporter beef. Anyway, the biggest part of this story is that James Harden will likely not be moved at the deadline, and I get what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. I will want to give it one run with this team at full strength. I don't know if we're going to get that. Harden's out with a hamstring injury. I'm starting to think that James might not really be hurt. I hate to put this on a player, but I have seen James Harden do extreme things to get out of situations that he didn't want to be in the past, a lot of Houston Rockets. All I'm saying is this. Harden rarely misses games. He is as durable a player we've had this decade. Seriously. You know, say what you want about him. Go to the strip club night before, club, whatever. Be out with Lil Baby, private, whatever. He'll get up and play basketball no matter what. Even if he's not in game shape, he's getting out there the next day. He's getting out there. Even if he ain't slept, he's getting out there and playing ball. Give that man that credit. Give him that. If nothing else, give him that. And he's an exceptional player, one of the greatest shooting guards of all time. Top 10. Here we go, though. James has been out the last couple games. He's been dealing with some hamstring tightness. We obviously know his hamstring was a big deal last season. It forced him to miss a lot of time, and he wasn't his same self in the postseason last year, which I believe is one of the reasons why the Nets were not able to get past the Milwaukee Bucks. So, I mean, if James is holding off playing to try to, let the Brooklyn Nets know, I would like to be traded without saying it. And also, it's one of those things, right? You're making your team think twice about you. Like, do we really want to take this risk with this guy that has had a few injuries in the last year with us, even though he really ain't really had injuries like that his entire career? Do we really want to waste one of Kevin Durant's last runs in his prime with the bearded one? Like, do we really want to do that? We could get a Ben Simmons right now who rarely gets injured, and if nothing else, will play hard on defense and can guard guards or forwards if we need him to. So I think maybe some chess is being played by James Harden. I don't think he really wants to play with Kyrie. I think if KD was there, he'd go to war with KD any night of the year. I don't think Harden really want to go to war with Kyrie because I don't think Harden thinks Kyrie would do the same for him. I don't think James Harden likes this stuff one bit with Kyrie and this not getting vaccinated stuff. He doesn't feel like he's sacrificing enough. I'm just telling you what I think, at least. So, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets are awful. They've fallen from 1 to 8th or 9th out east. They've lost 8 games in a row. They have been abysmal. And Kyrie's been playing. But, Kyrie's, without LeBron or KD has really never won anything in his career. He's had one good season in Boston. That was it. Without those two guys in his life in some form or fashion. So, I mean, I think some chess is being played. And apparently James Harden will not be traded at the deadline. That's according to Woj and his head coach, Steve Nash. And I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all think the Brooklyn Nets are making the right move, not trading James Harden, who can be a free agent this summer if he desires. And he's let it be known that he plans on doing that. He said he's never been a free agent and wants to get courted a little bit. No, he wants people to love on him and PJ out to see him and offer him very nice things, I'm sure. So we shall see how this one plays out.